Congressman Trey Gowdy planning to grill former FBI Director James Comey when the House Oversight and Government Reform Committee reviews its basically the investigation into Hillary Clinton's private email server and much more. Watch.
I think the FBI is very interested in preserving its reputation, and frankly, I am too. I want them to be well regarded, but they can make mistakes like everyone else, and if they relied upon an unsourced, unvetted document to launch a really important investigation and use it in court filings, then I think our country is big enough to handle that truth. But they need to share that truth, and if they didn't rely upon it, then they need to tell us that. But so far, they haven't said one way or the other.
Joining me now, former FBI Assistant Director Jim Kallstrom. Good to have you on, Jim.
Yeah, good to be with you.
Okay, so this Trump file that it turns out the DNC, the Hillary Clinton campaign, paid for this anti-Trump file loaded with really salacious accusations against then-candidate Trump. What are your thoughts?
Well, nothing, no surprise there. But, you know, this whole story gets murkier, dirtier, filthier. The swamp gets deeper, and the animals in there are uglier. I mean, this is just unbelievable. You know, this whole thing, the Democrats, the cabal that was put together, the conspiracy, in my view, that was conducted to basically stop the president-elect from being effective and really taking over his office and implementing his programs. And at the very beginning, apparently, there was the FISA order. I don't know anything more about that other than the fact that it's been reported that there was. And that was sort of the basis for the initial information about General Flynn and all those other things. I've been through many, many processes getting applications before the FISA court, and I know what the affidavits look like. They're thick and they're full of information. They get such review at multiple levels that, you know, you just can't slap together a bunch of hearsay and put it in an affidavit and bring it before a FISA judge. And I'm sure in this case the FISA judge did nothing out of the ordinary. The question is, what is in that affidavit? You know, if that affidavit is the basis is that salacious, you know, crap that was put together by that GPS firm, and if that's the probable cause or the nuggets of probable cause, you know, that's something the Intelligence Committee has to get a look at, in my view. They have to look at that application and see what's in there. If that's what's in there, and the agents that sign those affidavits, you know, believe that information, that's one thing. I would say their judgments are really bad. But if they didn't, then, you know, this is really, really a scandal that's at the very heart of how we use our laws to go after the real bad guys in the world.
Do you think, all right, let's recap quickly for the viewer, the DNC and Hillary Clinton campaign helping to fund and back an anti-Trump file that was loaded with these salacious accusations by Christopher Steele that then was promptly leaked to the press. Do you think then that what you're saying is this could have led to the FISA warrants for the FBI to do surveillance on Trump Tower? And could it also, Mr. Kallstrom, have led to the NSA, the request to do unmasking of Trump and his teammates?
Well, I don't know. I hope that that's not the case. I'm just saying, you know, that needs to be looked at, and you know, and it's not just the Democratic people and Hillary Clinton. I mean, you've got Senator McCain causing a show, sending someone over to Britain to get this document and hand it to the FBI. You've got the director of the CIA talking about how he based his whole strategy on further investigations on this document. You've got Congressman Schiff, I think his name is, reading parts of this salacious information in the congressional record day after day. Yeah. And you got the FBI director going and supposedly briefing the director. I think this whole thing is part of a cabal that is extremely embarrassing, extremely not in keeping with the United States of America.
Is this a constitutional crisis? You know, DNC, the Democrats, and Hillary Clinton gin up this and pay for this fake dossier on President Trump, and then it's used to do surveillance and spying on an opposition candidate, meaning President Trump.
I think it is. I mean, we haven't even talked about the unmaskings. I mean, you know, that's outrageous. You know, the fact that General Flynn's name was turned right over to the New York Times. You know, that was the first huge embarrassment of how this was violated. But what's this? The ambassador of the United Nations did 250 unmaskings, and now she claims that none of them were done, or she had no knowledge of it. I mean, this is really a scandal. Yeah. And I hope people over in the Justice Department, have come in from the long winter's night.
Yeah.
They seem to be on a long sabbatical over there. I hope that's not the case.
Yes, Senator Dianne Feinstein now saying there's no evidence, along with intelligence officials, of Trump and Russia collusion. Former FBI Assistant Director Jim Kallstrom.
Never has been.
Yeah, we love having you on, Jim. Please come back soon.
Okay, bye-bye.